Another way to access articles through the GNTC library and make sure that you're using reliable information is to go through Primo. So you access Primo again through on the GNTC main homepage under My Resources. You can select the library. And then notice that Primo is one of your options here at the top, as well as here right in the middle. Now, one of the things that Primo does, it is like an online card catalog, and it does contain all of the listings for all of the holdings for physical books and print sources and magazines that GNTC subscribes to. So we have 6 different campuses, and that is a way to find books that are actually on the shelves, and it will tell you which campus, and you can actually order a book through a particular campus. But it also contains access to, it's much larger than that, it also contains access to specific articles in the various databases. So I'm going to select Primo and launch it. And so here in the search bar, I'm going to use the search term childhood obesity. And then here's the icon for, the little magnifying glass for search. Okay, notice that it's given me almost 600,000 results. And what I want to do is to refine my search, because I don't want books and I don't want audio visuals. I don't want movies and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select only articles. So here, if I go down the left-hand side, I'm able to sort of alter my search a little bit and narrow these options. Now, the most reliable information are peer-reviewed journals. Journals are usually publications that are put out for specific reading groups, people who have something in common. And peer-reviewed journals, before an article is published in a peer-reviewed journal, it is reviewed by a panel of experts to make sure that it's valid and reliable and so forth. So these are the most credible sources, but I'm not requiring that you use those. As a matter of fact, a lot of times that information is highly technical and it's very difficult to read unless you're an expert in that field. But what I do want is I want to narrow down to articles. Again, I don't want book chapters. I don't want audio visuals. Although book chapters may provide some information, conference proceedings and so forth. So I'm just going to click. Notice if I hover right here next to, it will give me a box, and I'm going to check that. Okay, and then location, because I don't care about books or anything like that. That's not important to me. I could try and narrow down by subject, but I don't think that's going to be that useful. What I do care about is I want things that are published, let's say, in the last 5 years. So I'm going to select this box, and then I'm going to change this date. I'm just going to type in 2015. Okay. Now that I've got my my 2 options here, at the very bottom of the screen, I'll have to move this down for you. At the very bottom of the screen, you'll see that it says Apply Filters. And by applying the filters, I've narrowed down to 148. So that's about a fourth of what I had before. Now, one of the ways that I can determine which of these articles might be useful to me is I'm going to see if I can even understand the titles. For example, first one, Qualitative Insight and Informal Childcare. No. And notice that this is a United Kingdom, so that's not, I'm interested in what's happening in America. Maternal gestational diabetes and childhood obesity results of it. Some of this, that might be accessible. And notice that it gives you a little quote here so you can kind of tell, but I'm not sure what a multinational cross-sectional study actually is. Prevalence and geographic variation of abdominal obesity, I don't know what that means, and notice that it's in Greece. So a lot of this, it's trial and error. It takes a little time. It's like a hunting, for the best information. Article, Childhood Obesity Leads to Adult Type 2. Now, this interests me, and even though I don't know what this means, Mendelian randomization, I don't know what that means, I'm going to try this. So I'm going to select that title to actually open more information. And this is what I get. Article title. All right. Notice that the full text is available. This is important. You want to make sure that you can actually pull up the article itself. So I'm going to select that. And notice that it tells me 2 places I can get it. So I'm going to select this one. And there's the article just as it's published, okay? Now, one of the things I can do is I can look here at the abstract. The abstract is a summary. And I can see how technical this is, because if I can't understand some of this, then I probably can't understand the article. All right, so abstract, this first sentence is actually something that I could use in a paper. Observational studies have reported that childhood obesity is positively associated with risks of type 2 diabetes and coronary artery disease. If I scroll a little bit more, introduction, has been estimated that 4% to 23% of children worldwide are overweight or obese. I could use that, right? So this is some more, and then it talks about long-term problems. So I can actually understand some of this. Some of it I can't, but some of it I can, and that I could actually pull that into a paper. Now, should I choose to paraphrase, summarize, or directly quote that information, I would obviously need to cite it. And this is where you can use the citation tool to come up with the bibliographic entry. So here under Formats, I'm going to select Citation. And then notice I've got AMA, that's American Medical Association, MLA, APA. So all I need to do is highlight and cut, copy and paste. Highlight, and then I can either right click on it and copy, right? Or you can hold down the control key and select C, and that will copy, and then hold down the control key and select P, and it will paste. Oh, V, not P, sorry. P, I think, print. All right. Notice that it's got a database number, so I don't need to add retrieval information. Anytime you've got an article that has a database number, you don't need to worry about adding retrieval information. That takes the place of it. All right, I'm going to go back and see if I can find any other, maybe another article that we can take a look at from the original sources that I found. All right, screen-based sedentary behavior. That sounds interesting. 5 countries, best compromised nutritional menus. So let's see what that looks like. Television is an undeniable reality, rapidly increased in many countries, peer-reviewed. Let's see if it's got an abstract. There it is. Rapidly increased in many countries. Obesity in early age not only increases the risk of chronic diseases, and this to me is the language is easier to understand. So this might be more useful. Now to actually get the article, I can download the PDF. I can find where there are links to the full text. So let me do that. All right, there it is. And let's see if this gives me the option. I'll probably have to go back. Should I use this information? Because there's the article, there's the abstract. In order to actually cite it, I'll have to go to citation, and then unfortunately it's only giving me the MLA option. You can use EasyBib to actually create an APA formatted option for you. So that's a possibility as well. Here's the thing, you just don't want to wait till the last minute. As you can see, we're running into little roadblocks here. There are little speed bumps where I've got to do some extra work to get the information that I need. So please don't wait till the last minute to do this. to do this activity. Feel free to use the same process we used before for the library scavenger hunt, Credo reference, academic search complete. Those may be easier than the method that I just showed you, but I wanted you to be aware of Primo as well, that that's another way to access reliable information. Okay.